Hello friends, I am Dr. Arun Patel and in semester 5 I am going to discuss a 2 unit of your electronics paper, and that paper is a PH 5504. This paper is related with the electronics. And here we have 4 different units. So one of the unit is related with negative feedback amplifier. Negative feedback amplifier and oscillator circuit. The another unit is related with a digital electronics. Now in this lecture series, first of all we will discuss about a negative feedback amplifier. So let us see what is feedback. What is feedback? And then what is the effect of feedback? Here we will see the effect of a feedback on an amplifier circuit. Normally when we are talking about the feedback, then if you have any kind of the system, now this system has some input parameter, it has some output parameter. Remember, when this output parameter of the system is going to be combined with the input parameter, we can say there is a kind of a feedback. Now, due to this feedback, the characteristics of the system is going to change. In our case, our system is nothing but it is a amplifier circuit. This amplifier has a input voltage and the output voltage. When this fraction of the output voltage is combined with the input voltage, or the fraction of the output voltage is fed back to the input voltage, then we call this as a feedback amplifier. Remember, and due to this feedback, the characteristics of the amplifier is going to change. If we see a few characteristics of the amplifier, then the first of all, what is the effect of a feedback on the gain of the amplifier? Then we will see what is the effect on an input resistance, output resistance of the amplifier. Then what is the effect on a bandwidth of the amplifier. Then also we talk about a noise, that there will be a kind of a reduction in the noise, or the noise is going to be increased. So here, what is the effect of a feedback on all these parameters of the amplifier, that we have to discuss in this unit. The another thing is we have different types of the feedback. One is called a positive feedback. And another is known as a negative feedback. So we will also discuss what is the positive and what is the negative feedback. Now in the amplifier, our input as well as the output can be a kind of a voltage, or it can be also a kind of a current. So in some of the amplifier, the output voltage is feedback to the input. In some of the amplifier, the output current is going to be feedback to the input. And due to that, the characteristics of the amplifier is changing, and accordingly we have different types of the feedback in the amplifier circuit. So all these points we are going to discuss in this unit. So now let us see how we can apply a feedback in a amplifier circuit. So for this we consider a amplifier. Now you can have any kind of the amplifier. Remember, there are different types of the amplifiers are there. The common base amplifier, common collector amplifier, common emitter amplifier. So any kind of the amplifier we have at this stage. Let us say the gain of this amplifier is 10. This amplifier has a input voltage, and here we have a amplified output voltage. Now if my input voltage, let us say we consider my input voltage is of a 10 millivolts, then the gain of the amplifier is 10, then naturally here in the output the large signal will be there and it is going to be amplified by 10 times. So the amplitude of the output signal will be a 100 millivolt. Second thing, the amplifier is there. So this amplifier also introduced a phase difference of 180 degree. And that's why the output signal is a inverted signal. Now we apply the feedback. And for the feedback, here you require a kind of a network which will select the amount of the feedback. You want to give a 100% input signal or a 10% output of the input or a 1% of the output signal is connected to the input. So accordingly, here we have a kind of a circuit which is called a feedback network. Remember. So here the feedback network is there, where we can decide the amount of the feedback. Now in this feedback network we take a output voltage. This output voltage is input for this a feedback network. Then the output of the feedback network is connected to the input. So we have this output and here it is going to be a combined. So let us say we are selecting this 1% of the feedback. Only I am taking a 1% of the output voltage and that is going to be combined with the input voltage. And now we will see what will be the effect on a input signal. So let us say my input signal is of a 10 millivolt. So it is like this. It is a sinusoidal wave. This is the 10 millivolt signal is there. My output signal is of a 100 millivolt and it is a inverted signal. So this is the output signal of 100 millivolt. Here we will consider that whatever the feedback network is there, this feedback network is simply a resistive network. So if we have a resistance in the feedback network, then there will not be any kind of a phase difference. Means the phase introduced by this network is going to be a 0 degree. What it means? It means whatever the input signal we have at this stage, this input signal and the output signal of this feedback network both will be in the same phase. So that is called a 0-degree phase shift. Now my input signal to the feedback is of a 100 millivolt. Here we have selected, in this feedback network, we have selected a value of the resistance in such a way that only 1% of the signal will be in the output of this. So here at this input, my signal is 100 millivolt, and if you take a 1% of this 100 millivolt, it is a 1 millivolt. And this 1 millivolt signal is going to be combined with your 10 millivolt signal. Now if you look at this, that 10 millivolt signal, the phase difference between that input signal and the feedback signal is 180 degree. It means that here if I will represent what is my feedback signal? Feedback signal is of only a 1 millivolt, like this. Now, according to the superposition principle, if we look at this point, what will happen? At this point, we have two signals. One of the signal is 10 millivolt, and another signal is of a 1 millivolt. So, according to superposition principle, we can say this amplitude is of a 10 millivolt and this amplitude is of a minus 1 millivolt. So, when both the signal will be combined, as a result, we have another that is called a input signal. But now this input signal is going to be reduced. Now instead of 10 millivolt, the input signal become a 9 millivolt. Remember. So this is the effect of a feedback. Due to this feedback, the amplitude of the input signal is decreasing. Now if you look at this, that now the amplitude is 9 millivolt, it is going to be amplified by 10 times. So the output signal will be of a 90 millivolt. Means the output voltage of the amplifier is going to decrease. So this kind of the feedback is known as a negative feedback. Remember, what is the negative feedback? Negative feedback means that due to the feedback signal, amplitude of the input signal is going to decrease, and as a result, the output voltage of the amplifier is going to reduce. Now remember, when the negative feedback is going to be occur, so here you can see what is the phase difference between my input signal and the feedback signal. You know this phase difference is of a 180 degree. It is of a 180 degree. So whenever the phase difference between the input signal and the feedback signal is 180 degree, then the negative feedback is going to occur. And what due to this negative feedback, the gain of the amplifier, or you can say the amplitude of the input signal is decreasing. Okay? Now let us say, what is the positive feedback? So here, for this positive feedback, we have to consider whatever the feedback network is there. This feedback network is also going to introduce a kind of a phase. Let us say this is going to introduce a 180 degree of the phase. Means whatever the signal is present here, it is going to be, again it is going to be a inverted. And this phase difference you can decide with the help of a value of the inductor, capacitor and the resistor. So whenever the network is introduced in a phase, then you require a one of the reactive component. Remember, only a resistive network cannot introduce the phase. You have to combine a resistance with the capacitor or capacitor with the inductor or inductor with the resistance, then only you can achieve the phase difference. So let us say we have a kind of a network which introduces a 180 degree of the phase shift. So again it is going to be selected only a 1% of my input signal. So input signal to this feedback network is a 100 millivolt and the 1% of this signal means it is of a 1 millivolt, right? And it is again going to be inverted. So if you look at this, then the feedback signal will be like this. Here the phase difference between input and output is a 180 degree. Now this signal is going to be combined with your input signal. So let us say again I will draw this. My input signal, remember, my input signal is a 10 millivolt. My amplified signal is a 100 millivolt. And whatever the feedback signal is there, it is a 1 millivolt. So it is like this. Now again if you see the superposition principle, this signal is 10 millivolt, this signal is of a 1 millivolt. So due to this my amplitude of the input signal is going to increase and it become a 11 millivolt. So in this case, the amplitude of the input signal is increasing. We can say this kind of the feedback is nothing but it is a positive feedback. So what is the condition for the positive feedback? And if you look at this, the input signal and the feedback signal, both the signals are in the same phase. Means the phase difference between the input signal and the feedback signal must be a 0 degree. So remember here if the phase difference is 0 degree, then we can say there is a kind of a positive feedback in the amplifier. And due to this positive feedback, the amplitude of the input signal is increasing, and here you can say in our case, now this signal become a 11 millivolt. Then it is going to amplify by 10 times, the output signal become a 110 millivolt. So the output signal of the amplifier is going to increase. So in this way, we can say whenever we apply a feedback to the amplifier circuit, then either the amplitude of the input signal increase or the amplitude of the input signal is going to decrease, and accordingly we have a positive feedback or the negative feedback. Okay, now we will see what is the effect of a feedback on a gain of the amplifier. So again, we consider the amplifier circuit. Let us say this amplifier has a input terminal like this. It has a output terminal like this. This is it. This is the amplifier. Amplifier with the gain of 10. The gain of this amplifier, or let us say the gain is AV. Correct? We applied a input signal between these two terminals, that is a VI, and we have this output voltage across this, that is VO. Now we have a feedback network. Correct? We applied a feedback. Now, the different way we can apply the feedback. Here, one of the feedback will be like this, that I am taking a fraction of the output voltage. Fraction of the output voltage means I have to consider this is my 1 of the volt terminal. It is connected to the network. Then here, this is the output voltage. Then it is connected to this feedback network. Then whatever the signal is coming in the output of the feedback network, I want to connect in series with the input voltage. So what we can do, here we can rub out this one of the line, and then this output voltage will be combined in this way. Remember, this is the one of the method. What are the different methods that we will see later on. Just only today we want to see what is the effect of the feedback on a gain of the amplifier. Okay. Now in this feedback network, we are selecting a value of the resistance so that my feedback factor is going to be a K. Now K can be a 1%, 2%, 5%, 10% like this. Correct? Now my input voltage is Vi, output voltage is Vo. This output voltage is going to be appear at the input of the feedback network. And we are taking a fraction of this output voltage. So let us say if that fraction is K, so the amplitude of the output voltage will be K into Vo. And this K into Vo, that voltage is known as a feedback voltage. So here I can write that the feedback voltage is nothing but it is K into Vo. Or we can say that K is equal to VFB upon Vo. What is VFB? That is the amplitude of the feedback voltage. And what is the VO? What is VFB divided by VO? So that is the output voltage of this amplifier. Now remember, here the input voltage and the output voltage is going to be combined. So as a result, whatever the voltage is given to this amplifier, it is going to change and that become a VI dash. Remember, it is called a VI dash. Here, whatever the amplifier we have, it is known as a internal amplifier. Now, the input voltage to the amplifier is VI dash. So, I can write a VI dash is equal to VI plus VFB. What is VFB? That is K into VO. So, VI plus K into VO. You can say this is expression number 1, this is expression number 2. Remember, what we want to calculate? We want to calculate the gain. Gain means what? It is the ratio of the output voltage to the ratio of the input voltage. Okay. Now, if you are talking about this amplifier is known as the internal amplifier. Remember. And here, whatever the boundary I am going to mention, this is known as a feedback amplifier. So for the internal amplifier, the input signal is VI dash and the output signal is VO. For the feedback amplifier, input is VI and the output is VO. So here if I will write the gain of internal amplifier, then we can represent it as AV is equal to VO divided by VI dash. Remember, this VI dash is the input for the internal amplifier. And therefore, we can say the output voltage is given as AV into VI dash. Now, what is VI dash? So that we will write VO is equal to AV into VI dash is VI plus K into VO. So, if you open this bracket, AV into VI plus K into AV into VO. Now, if I will connect on a right hand side, and the left hand side, remember, we have VO, here also we have VO. So we take this term on this other side, then we can write that the VO minus K into AV into VO is equal to AV into VI. And if you take this VO common, then it is 1 minus K into AV is equal to AV into VI. Correct? So, here, for the feedback amplifier, the VO is the output voltage and the VI is the input voltage. So, here you can write the gain of feedback amplifier, remember, gain of the feedback amplifier, it is written as AV is equal to VO by VI. And from this expression, we can have AV upon 1 minus K into AV. So, here, what is AV? AV is a gain of internal amplifier. And what is AVF? It is a gain of feedback amplifier. It is a gain of the feedback amplifier. So this expression, remember, this is a very important formula for calculating the gain of the feedback amplifier. Okay? So let us see that if the K is positive or if the K is negative, then what will be the effect on the gain of the amplifier? Okay. So what is my formula? That is AV F is equal to AV upon 1 minus K into AV. So if K is negative, remember, if the K is negative, then what will happen? That we can write AVF is equal to AV upon 1 minus K into AV, and that is equal to AV upon 1 plus K into AV. So here you can say, now due to this positive, the denominator is going to be more than the AV. So here if we calculate, then the gain of the amplifier with feedback will be always less than the original gain of the amplifier. So here this is called a negative because the gain of the amplifier is decreasing. And always in a negative feedback, the K is always negative. Remember. So whenever you are using this formula, at that time you have to mention the sign of the K. So if the K is negative, then instead of writing K, you write minus K and then you calculate the gain of the amplifier. Otherwise, you will not get a correct answer. Now, if the K is positive, then the gain of the amplifier is written as AVF is equal to AV upon 1 minus K into AV. Here you can see the negative. The K is positive means this denominator term will remain as it is. And in this case, so the value of this denominator, remember, will be always less than 1. And if you calculate, then the AVF must be greater than AV. So after introducing the feedback in the amplifier, the gain of the amplifier is going to increase. Then this is known as a positive feedback. So remember, in a negative feedback, the gain of the amplifier decreased. In a positive feedback, the gain of the amplifier is always increasing. Now, if, this is very important. If 1 minus k into AV is equal to 0, or you can say k into AV is equal to 1, then what will happen? So, if you see this, then the AVF will be equal to AV upon 0, and it is going to be infinite. So, whenever this term, here remember, the K, what is K? That is the feedback factor, and the feedback factor can be decided by us. So, it can be a 1, 2, 3, or it can be a 0. So, in certain condition, if we have selected the value of the K such a way, the product K into AV will be equal to 1, then the gain of the feedback amplifier is going to be infinite. Now, what does it mean? That output voltage of the amplifier is going to be infinite? No, it will not be infinite. Infinite means it is very large voltage. So, very large voltage means it can be 100, 200 or 500 volt. Here, in the amplifier, remember, we are giving some DC voltage. If this DC voltage is of a 10 volt, then the output signal cannot be more than 10 volt. If my DC voltage is of a 100 volt, then the output signal of the amplifier cannot be more than 100 volt. So here we cannot say that the output voltage of this feedback amplifier will be very large, or it is going to be infinite. So here if you look at this, that AVF is nothing but it is a ratio for VO by VF, and that is going to be infinite. Now just now already mentioned that the output voltage of the amplifier cannot be infinite. Then what it means? That my input voltage must be a 0. My input voltage must be a 0. So here that's surprising that there is no kind of a input signal and still you have the output signal. So without any input voltage, the output is going to be present. Then here we call this kind of a circuit as an oscillator. So in an oscillator, input voltage is always 0 and the output signal will be kind of a sine wave. So here, when this condition K into AV is equal to 1 is going to be satisfied, then your amplifier is going to be converted into an oscillator. This is the condition for a oscillation. Remember. So, what is the important thing? First of all, that if you look at this, then the gain of the amplifier is given by this formula AVF is equal to AV upon 1 minus KAV. Second thing, if the K is negative, then we call this as a negative feedback, and in that case, the gain of the feedback amplifier is always decreasing. If the K is positive, then the AVF is greater than AV, where the gain of the amplifier is increasing. We call this as a positive feedback. If the KAV is equal to 1, then the gain of the amplifier is going to be infinite, which means the input signal is not required. Without any input, we have this output signal like this. We can say the amplifier is converted into a oscillator circuit. So in the next lecture, we will see that what is the effect of a feedback on an input resistance of the amplifier and the output